Hello, good members. Welcome back to RGT to 1K, and we're switching it up a little bit today, and we are playing some Machine Gate. We did not get off to a very good start in the first episode, of course, going 1 and 2, so putting the trust in the gears to get us to a little bit of a better spot. But we are starting off with our ever-present level 8, the Dark Magician of Chaos. We have a 7 Infaciliar Dragon. We have 2 level 6s. We have Jinzo and Blowback Dragon. We have a level 5 Needle Burrower, which I love. And then, of course, we have our 2 copies of Cyberstein. So very minimal monster package, but whenever you're packing, limiter removal, Megamorph, Twin Swords, a Flashing Light Trice, you really don't need a whole lot of monsters. Just kind of one of them is usually going to be good enough to get you the game. But past that, we do have 3 copies of the aforementioned limiter removal. Of course, we have 3 copies of Reasoning, 3 copies of Monster Gate. I realize those say 1 on there, so I will change this to the GOAT format ban list for you. We have all 3 copies of Scapegoat, 3 copies of Giant Trunade, 2 copies of Upstart Goblin. Of course, we have a whole bunch of 1-ofs, including Spicy Little Megamorph, 1 meta, a Mind Control. We have a Brain Control, United We Stand. And of course, this Twin Swords of Flashing Light Trice. This is an El Mago to the Doomed staple in the Gears list, so wanted to give it a shot. I've played around with it a little bit. There's a little bit of a spicier Machine Gate list that I will probably bring out at some point in this series that also plays this with Emus the Infinity, so stay tuned for that. But we are playing the Twin Swords of Flashing Light Trice in this build. And then, of course, we finish off. We've got 2 Jar of Greeds and a Reckless Greed. You know what? I kind of don't like having 0 copies of Ring of Destruction in this deck. Yeah, I'm gonna make an executive decision right now. I'm actually gonna cut this Mind Control. I'm going to bring in a Ring of Destruction. I know Mind Control is pretty good in the deck, but Ring of Destruction is nuts, especially if you're wanting to be like an OTK deck. Ring of Destruction can really, really help with that. And, Mind Control is good and all, but I think we can do without it. Getting onto the side here, 2 spell cancelers for the mirror. We do have a big Bang Shot, which I learned an interesting thing on today. I, haven't read this card closely enough, I guess. Because it says, if the equipped monster attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. It doesn't say inflict piercing damage, it says to your opponent. So if you equip this to your opponent's monster, and they inflict piercing damage with that monster, it inflicts the damage to them, not to you, because you control Big Bang Shot. So that's pretty awesome. Maybe that comes up, maybe it doesn't. But yeah, we've got 1 Big Bang Shot here because, we hate scapegoats and all of that good stuff. We've got a Brain Control, our Lightning Vortex. We do have a Mind Control on the side. I'm going to leave that one in. Unfortunately, I can't play a second Ring of Destruction. We have 2 copies of Token Thanksgiving. Got a couple of Compulse. The reason for this is it clears just about every problematic monster that you can think of. King Tiger, clears Spell Canceller, stuff like that. Also gets rid of the Last Warrior from Another Planet. All of those good things. Jaugen. So do like Compulse here. We have 1 Mirror Force, we have a couple Royal Decrees, a Threatening Roar for the mirror, and we do have 1 copy of Torrential Tribute. So that is the deck. Let's get into some matches and see if we can win a little bit more in this episode. All right, we're here with the first match against her ass. All right, leading on paper, gang. And we are going to be going first. You love to see it. Hopefully we've just got some OTK-ness and we can put this episode to bed. Yeah, we sure do. Cyberstein plus Megamorph, that'll do it. I kind of don't even want to lead on Scapegoat. I kind of just want to play Swords and pass the turn. Though I guess Scapegoat as a backup, just in case I need to use it, could be good. Because I don't want to go below 5,000. What are the chances of that? I'm just going to play the Swords, keep the monster slots open here. Hope the opponent doesn't do anything too badly to us, and maybe we just win on the next turn. Well, there's MST, so we might be taking some damage here. Yeah. DD Warrior Lady, come on down. All right, and then we set a whole bunch of back row, so... Oh, Trunade? All right, safe from Trap Dust Shoot, it appears. Yes, that is the case, so let's go ahead and Giant Trunade. As long as we hit off of this Reasoning, Time Seal, don't care about that. Yeah, as long as we hit off of this Reasoning, we are guaranteed a win here, I do believe. So we will go ahead and throw that down. Needle Burrower, what is Needle Burrower's attack? Is it 1500? Ha, we didn't hit. We go right into the Jinzo. So, let's see here. Cyberstein goes into... If we go into the big guy, we make it 8,400. Yeah, we're not quite there. 8,400 over DD Warrior Lady is 6,900. The opponent goes to 11. But Twin Swords of Flashing Light Trice won't get us there in the Cyberstein because it lowers the attack. I guess I could just set Scapegoat, but... Oh, man. Missing on the reasoning was huge. We could go into Gatling Dragon. 52, 47, plus 40. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's go into Gatling Dragon, because I think with Twin Swords plus Megamorph we can do it here. Yeah. We just need to flip... 1 or 2 heads. But let's do it. It is Gatling time. Alright, Gatling Dragon. Don't flip 3 heads, don't flip 0. There's a Tails, that's good. That's good. I don't mind starting on a Tails. Heads, you got it, let's go. And Tails. Get rid of this DD Warrior Lady. And then I will... Megamorph, which makes this 52. And then I will Twin Swords of Flashing Light Trice. It goes to 4,700, and this Gatling Dragon is getting in there for 9,400 damage. Let's go. So we saw a DD Warrior Lady plus Time Seal. This could be an easy to slay Gumo Sumo deck, which is going to be a problem. Depending on, well, they sided so quickly, maybe, I don't know. Well, we'll bring in our Royal Decree, we'll bring in the Torrential Tribute, and the Mirror Force, and I don't know if I'm really interested in too much else. Like, Lightning Vortex is okay. I don't really know if I need that. Let's see, I like the meta. Brain Control is very good here. We're bringing in the Decree, so, like, we could cut a Giant Trunade. I don't hate that, and we could also cut down on the Jar of Greeds, just like leaving Reckless Greed, leaving our defensive traps. And I'll cut one more. I don't really want to cut my Upstart Goblins here. I think Megamorph is still pretty good. We could cut a Stein. Probably just cut Needle Burrower. Yeah, I don't hate that. It takes a 5 out of our deck, but, like, that's okay, right? Needle Burrower, not, you know, incredible against the decks that play big monsters. Though, you know, obviously if you're able to attack over or whatever, it's pretty good, but I think that's all right. Duo coming down. We have an incredible hand here, so hopefully it hits Blowback Dragon. That's really what I'm hoping for. It hits Limiter. Okay. I think I want to keep my powerful spell, so I'm just going to get rid of the Blowback here. We've got Prima in the deck. We'll be all right. Yep. Bloody coming down turn 1. Sure. That is not boosted. They put the little thing on. No! No! I drew a monster, and they're going to get to hit it? Okay. That's fine. Not too worried about it. I think I'm going to throw off Pot of Greed first. Because I can always, like, set the Torrential if I end up not wanting to go into the Reasoning Plan. Just kind of see what we get off of the Pot of Greed. Maybe I should have set the Torrential first in case that's another Trap Dust Shoot, but I feel like since we only had 4 cards in hand, yeah, the opponent definitely would have just shotgunned the other. Oh man, drawing the meta after losing the Facilier sucks. Do we want to Reasoning here? I think so. We've got a good shot at, like, they might call 6 again because they're so worried about Jinzo. We've got a good shot at hitting Democ. Oh, okay. Come on down. Oh, where are you going, opponent? Where are you going? Don't quit. You can't quit. I think we were just going to get Pot of Greed back there. We'll see what that draws us. United we stand, and Graceful Charity. What does the Graceful draw us? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We get little United we stand action with Scapegoat. We've got a ring. Yeah, we were looking good for that one, but we're going to get a little bit of a rage quit here. We're going to go up to 143. We're now 2-2. All right, a little bit of redemption, a little comeback. Let's go ahead and get another match. All right, match number 2 here. I asked for powerful hands. I got them. So very, very happy Whenever you trust in the gears and they deliver. You as well, opponent. Hit him up with the old U2 here. Yeah, this hand's great too. I think what I'm going to do is just like last time, just lead on swords, but I'm going to set the Jar of Greed as well. No reason not to, really. If the opponent heavy storms, that's totally fine. But we really, really want to dig to a heavy storm of our own. A giant Trunade, something like that here. We do have a Monster Gate to get rid of the Cyberstein for something a little bit more powerful, so good chance the opponent doesn't do much. Good chance we just win on the next turn, but just like last match, MST on the swords turn 1. Hopefully they're not able... Oh, no. I think I'm actually just going to jog here. Try to protect my cards. Because I really want to keep the Cyberstein, if I can. Yep, take the 1400. Please don't hit the Stein. Don't hit the Stein. 5, that's Monster Gate, probably? Yep, okay, that's fine. Totally okay losing the Monster Gate. I would have rather have lost the United We Stand, probably, now that we have this limiter removal, but... Though I guess now Gatling Dragon is just nutso busted. Facilier. Okay. I think I'm going to lead on Snatch Steal. And hope that the opponent set an answer to that, because running out Donzalug, sometimes, you know, you really, really want to have an answer to Snatch Steal. And once they flip it, they are dead. Yep, Dust Tornado. All right, so let's let's run the numbers here. But Cyberstein, we go out into... we get probably... Yeah, we get the Gatling Dragon. We boost it up. It goes to... It's 2642. It goes to 84. That deals 7,000 plus 14. Yep, okay. We got it. Whee! Easy game. It's so stupid. This is everything I've ever wanted. All right, up to 4,200. Play limiter. 1,400. 8,400. You're dead, opponent. Get out of here. Where's your Kuriboh? I knew loading up this deck for this episode was going to be a great idea. I always have so much fun with decks like this. I can't wait to do DMOC launch, honestly. Just sit here and FTK people for however long the video is. It looks like Warrior. Smells like Warrior. It's probably Warrior. Let's bring in the Mirror Force. We'll bring in these. We'll do exactly what we did last time. We'll cut down on these. We'll cut a giant Trunade. And what was the other one that I cut? The Needle Burrower? That's fine. Maybe I'm not supposed to cut the Needle Burrower, but like 1,700, it just doesn't get over a whole lot, right? Like, I know you can slap a Megamorph on it or something like that, or United We Stand, but outside of that, it's not really doing a whole lot. And I don't really care to go into like any of the level 5s off of meta. The only problem is I'm dropping a monster, but I think that's totally okay, right? There's an argument to actually like cut down on the Cybersteins, but I don't think I want to do that either, just because like I have so much protection, and like I've got the Heavy Storm, I've got 2 giant Trunades, I have Royal Decree here. We're looking pretty good. This hand is also very good. So, feeling pretty good about things here. This might be a bit of a shorter episode. We're not going to have all of these like go on for an hour long. I know the first one was like a super grind fest. But we're going to make it a decent length. I'm not going to just like cut it after this match and be like, oh, well, the video was only 15 minutes, but that's all you get. Sorry. Our opponent sided in Mobius, which is interesting. Probably thinking about Royal Decree. I used to do that as a Warrior player, actually. I don't think it's correct anymore, but I get the reasoning behind it. Here comes Didymus Warrior Lady. Okay. Makes our twin swords a little less useful. Ooh. Prima. Okay. I don't hate that. So if the opponent calls the reasoning correctly whenever we go for it, then we're looking pretty good. But I'm not going to throw off reasoning just yet because I do have a Royal Decree back here. So I'm just going to set Scapegoat, set Royal Decree, pass the turn. I will flip up Scapegoat before flipping this Royal Decree. Because I don't care if my opponent solemns it. And I will go ahead and use it here in the battle phase. I know the opponent can summon out a tribe, but whatever, really. Summon out all 4. There's a chance they want to leave us, like pseudo goat locked. So we'll see if they want to make the attack. Sometimes the opponent chooses not to, especially against decks like this. All right, they set another back row. Here, I will just go ahead and flip Decree. Just in case that's a judgment that they just set. Or a Dust Tornado that they just set. Oh, all right. Decree is good. Oh, Brain Control? Oh, Brain Control is really good here. We can do a lot of damage. Hopefully we get a machine off of this reasoning. A little Cyberstein action. Actually, Cyberstein wouldn't be that great. They call 4? There are no 4s in this deck, opponent. All right, let's go. Any machines? Actually, Cyberstein is probably still perfectly okay. We'll just have to do the Gatling trick again. Jinzo. Okay. Well, we have all the traps on double lockdown now. Let me just double check here. If I Brain Control the DD Warrior Lady, limiter removal, this goes up to 48, down to 43. Yeah, it attacks twice. We just win. All right. Give to me DD Warrior Lady. Please don't have Book of Moon, opponent. Let's go. So if I do this in a way where I use limiter removal, I don't really want to use it first, just in case. Well, they would have Book of Moon there, right? Maybe. They're not dead. If I do Twin Swords now, this goes to 19. And then it goes up to 38. So it would still be lethal, but they would still have a chance to Book of Moon here, I guess. This doesn't really matter. Screw it. I'll just throw off the limiter now. This this looks better, and I think it's kind of this. I guess we would get in for a little bit more damage, but this is okay. All right. Jinzo goes up to 4,800. We'll activate Twin Swords, a Flashing Light Trice. Yeah, definitely should have done it the other way, but I got a little ahead of myself. Let's attack in with our Jinzo here, hope for no Book of Moon. Either way, we were going to go in, but yeah, it appears the opponent does not have it. No, this attacks twice. This attacks twice, opponent. Twin Swords. Hiya, let's go. Yeah, what I was getting at with the Book of Moon, if I Twin Swords first, it goes down to 1900. We attack in. They maybe don't Book of Moon. They maybe Book of Moon. If they don't Book of Moon, then we can use the limiter removal in the damage step, of course, where the opponent can't Book of Moon. We get in for a guaranteed 3,800. Whereas doing it this way, we don't. So yeah, little bit of a mis-sequencing there. Something to keep in mind going forward. I just kind of went with the flashy play. But yeah, we're still at a super short video. I think we have killed on our turn 1 every single game. Is that right? We didn't actually kill on 1, but our opponent just kind of left. But I don't think we've played more than 1 turn in any of these games. That's so sick. Let's get another one. All right, here we go. Match number 3 against Hopeful Enthusiast. Well, oh yeah. We're starting off well again. I guess we have played turn 2s. I guess we have won on the first turn that we can attack every game, every match. So we have definitely played turn 2s. But yeah, let's... I didn't mention the elo. We're up to 162 now. So that's pretty nice. Let's go ahead and lead on this Upstart Goblin. This hand is not cracked like the others, but, well, reasoning goes a long way. I was going to say, it does have a whole lot of potential. And we will just set Jar of Greed and pass the turn here. We do have a Snatch Steal to go into Blowback Dragon. We have our Giant Trunade. I mean, the hand's actually better than I was thinking, but reasoning kind of puts it over the edge here. And I think on the next turn, we'll just flip Jar of Greed and see what happens. Probably just go for it. Because if we hit a machine off of Reasoning, there's a good chance even Needle Burrower would do it. So yeah, I think we're good to go here. Demock. All right. That's not my favorite one to draw, but you know, it can be okay. Let's go ahead and throw down this giant Trunade. We could actually summon it here. We just have to hit off of the Reasoning, and I'll flip Jar of Greed in response. Swords. Okay. That's fine. My opponent is typing. Yes. What do you mean jar to hand? I gave him the thumbs up because the opponent has the chance to respond to Trunade. So, okay. All right. You all get it, I'm sure. Pretty common play pattern there. I'm going to go ahead and throw down this Reasoning. Hopefully it works out. Let's say you, opponent. A lot of people call 4 and 8. 6! Okay, well, we do have a 6 still left in the deck, but hopefully we don't hit Jinzo here. Yeah, literally any... we hit the Jinzo. Alright, I'll say literally any other monster does it here, but now... Like, I can summon out Blowback Dragon and attack, but I don't really know how good that is. Because I just give him a card off of the Sangan. I think I just play Swords and pass here, honestly. Just try to build up some cards. But the opponent calling that correctly was unfortunate. Obviously, we are playing fewer monsters, so there is a higher likelihood that the opponent will call it correctly, but literally any monster other than the Jinzo there wins the game. That's all right. We've got Swords of Revealing Light. We get to draw 3 cards. Everything is okay. Twin Swords. Oh, wait. Actually, we gave our opponent 1,000 life points, so Needle Burrower would not have done it there. So if we Snatch Steal, we go to Blowback, we make it 46, 41. It's not quite lethal, so yeah, let's just go ahead and pass the turn again. I am in no rush, opponent. I would especially like to find a Giant Trunade or a Heavy Storm. Okay, no play from the opponent. Stein. Stein's pretty good here. It's just the back row now. So maybe I wait one more turn. Or what if I snatch Sangan here, go into Blowback, try to take out this back row? I don't really think that's going to be doing a whole lot of good here. We've only got one Trunade, one Heavy Storm left in the deck. It's kind of an interesting spot. I could just set Cyberstein. There's no way. There's no way that's right. I think I'm just going to pass the turn again. There are a few draws here that can get us into a lethal position. Another back row from the opponent. Okay. Heavy Storm or a Trunade. I'm not gonna argue about drawing a Graceful Charity, that is for sure. See if this is good. Opponent not communicating with us. So I'm gonna assume this Graceful Charity is good to go. Another Cyberstein. Oh, Prima. All right. Well, that's really, really good. That can get us into Jinzo here. So let's get rid of a Cyberstein and Demock, I guess. Sure. And Premature Burial. Target the Djinns. It's okay, opponent? Yep. Type okay. All right, here comes Jinzo. And now I snatch Steel. I don't really have to go into Cyberstein here. I could snatch Steel, go into Blowback Dragon. Try to fish for a Book of Moon. Sure. I don't hate that. Let's just go ahead and snatch. Give unto me Sangantha. I guess Stein... No, Stein doesn't really do much. Let's just tribute off the Sangan for Blowback Dragon. Yep, go ahead and get your Sangan effect. That's fine. What are we getting? This also gets me a little bit more information about what's in the opponent's deck. Though, yeah, I guess we don't really know, do we? Could be anything here. Serpent? Sure. Alright, let's declare the effect of Blowback. We'll target, I don't know, we'll target this first one. That one right there. All good? really need the opponent to communicate here. Okay, there we go. Because I don't want to flip for Blowback Dragon and the opponent to just be like lagging, and they'd be like, "Oh no, I wanted to chain this to the effect," when you can't. So there you go. Get rid of that card, please. Ring of Destruction. Okay. Let's just go ahead and how do I play around everything here? The Book of Moon, specifically. I guess I kind of can't. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and get in there. Attack with Jinzo. Yes. All right, damage step. I will activate the limiter removal. So this is this is 9,400 opponent. All right, looks like we're gonna get the GGs. All right, so paid off a little bit there for waiting and not just going in. The opponent would have had the Ring of Destruction. Dueling Book is on some stuff. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, it said the opponent admitted defeat, but it was just kind of chilling. So looks like it could be a turbo deck, but I mean, we saw Sangan, Ring, and Sinister Serpent. It could be a lot of things. But I think we want the Mind Control. The Gulaws had me bring in Decrees in the matchup in case they're siding into Solemn Judgment and stuff. But at this point, a lot of the decks are playing like a control package. So I guess we can hedge. We can bring in the Decrees. We can cut a couple of True Nades. Maybe we cut one Jar of Greed. And we cut the Brain Control here. I do like the Brain Control against like specifically Chaos Monster, but a lot of times we're just not really going to have a target for it. But yeah, let's see if we can pick up another quick game here. This hand is excellent. We just need a Giant True Nade or a Heavy Storm. Man. Duo? Okay. Well, these three are still lethal with a Gatling Dragon. But might be ditching one. Is that no, not the Stein. No. I think I'm just gonna get rid of Big Bang Shot here. I want to keep my Monster Gate around. Obviously, I'm keeping Pot of Greed around, and Limiter Removal is Limiter Removal. I think that's like my best card at a chance of winning here. Scapegoat. Okay. Well, paid off for keeping the Monster Gate around, that's for sure. Go ahead and activate the old Pot of Greed here. I'm assuming this one is good as well. All right, little Facilier action. Don't hate that. We got a Decree as well. All right, well, I think this turn is set Decree, set Scapegoat, and pass. I don't think there's any reason really to throw out the Facilier. I guess the reason would be I could flip it up on the next turn. And that's just an extra monster to attack with the limiter removal. It's 28 plus... I mean, it is lethal with a lot of our monsters, right? 28 plus 48 would be... Yeah. Alright, I'll set it. Why not? Pass the turn. If the opponent left in their Nox, good for them. That's okay. If they use a Raigeki Break or something on it, that's fine. Cyber Jar. Okay. Deal? You almost never want the Reasoning Gate deck to profit off of a jar, but I accept. They could Mobius me this turn, that's fine. Into BLS, okay. Alright. Whoa, 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 whoa. Only 5. And put that Apprentice Magician. No, 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 no. Put that Apprentice Magician back on top of your deck. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. And then shuffle, please. Other than that, no problem. We have a Book of Moon, a Brain Control, so this is not turbo. Which, I mean, we already knew from the Cyber Jar, right? But, well, we're totally fine here. The opponent summons out Mobius, they lose out on their Moth, that's fine with me. Or, hold on. I realized that I clicked on the Magician of Faith because I thought that's where they set the Apprentice. But I said in the chat, Apprentice back to the top of the deck, so. Easy fix, easy fix. Yeah, we just get them off to the graveyard, no big deal. Okay. No negate on Mobius. No problem. You're all good, opponent. Would you like to activate Mobius's effect? Yeah, no problem. You're all good. You're all good. I will chain Scapegoat. And I'm assuming this is good. Alright, we lose our Decree, which is kind of a little bit annoying here, but that's okay. Like, it's not doing anything against Book of Moon or anything like that, right? And at this point, I don't know. We're probably not going in next turn unless we draw something really good, because our opponent has a Brain Control as well. I guess if we draw another limiter, there's a good chance we could just win. Assuming the opponent doesn't activate the Book of Moon on the attack. Another Decree. Well, they can summon out BLS next turn and take care of all of our goat tokens. Maybe I am supposed to Monster Gate here and hope to hit Demock. Or hit Stein. Stein could get me into... Gatling? That's not really going to do it. The question is, do they go into BLS? Probably. Man. I guess I could just like go into Thousand Eyes. But then they Book of Moon it and I lose out on everything. Wow. This sucks. I really don't know what to do here. I think we still have Jinzo, we have a Cyberstein, we have a Needle Burrower, which isn't that great. I guess it deals a bunch of damage over this. 1,000 plus 3,000, it deals 4,000 and then dies? Oh wait, the limiter actually destroying could be big here. So yeah, I think I'm actually going to go for a Monster Gate. I don't know if this is correct, but I'm going to do it. If we hit D-Mock here, could be very, very good. Jinzo's not great. Needle Burrower, yeah, there's Needle Burrower. Alright. Let's try to deal some damage here. Hiya. Anything on attack? Oh, Ring of Destruction. Okay. Interesting. So we'll take 1,700 here, so will the opponent. That's fine. Set the Royal Decree. Not necessarily dead next turn. But we'll see. We'll see. We've got 2 goats here. The opponent summons out DD Warrior Lady. Okay. Alright, we're just going to clear the goats. That's fine. Opponent's at 53. We're at 63. Cyberstein? If that's not a Book of Moon... Oh, no! Yeah, it's okay. That's okay. 24, 39. We're actually dead. So I'm going to set both of these, try to scare the opponent off from attacking or summoning the BLS or whatever. They're typing. And they're not typing anymore. Okay. What you got, opponent? At this point, just kind of hoping we can take down a game 3. Definitely going to adjust my sighting a little bit because this deck is not what I thought it was. This is the first time you're going against Reasoning. Ooh. It's a fun one. Seen it on YouTube. I wonder where. I kind of want to ask. Have a little fun here. Oh, Mobius. Oh, second one. No. Who are you watching on YouTube? It's probably not me. There's a lot of nub. Welcome to the Nub Games YouTube channel, everybody. Just having some fun with the opponent here. The goat tubers, they are a lot. I am a lot. Welcome to the channel, opponent. I love having fun with some people on the ladder. Mobius is good. I know y'all probably don't want to see me just like sitting here talking. You want to see the game actually progress here. But I'm just having some fun. What are we targeting with the Mobius here? All right, decree and limiter removal. I guess maybe I should just concede and not give up the decree, but like where there's a limiter, there's a way. Maybe we draw a reasoning, we go into, I don't know, demock. We're able to reasoning again, go into something. Okay, the opponent's just got no fear. They're going to go into BLS here. Okay, okay. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, I've got to banish a dark. You've got one. No problem, no problem. If hopeful enthusiast, if you are enthusiast, I guess, there's no H in the name. If you become a member and you see this, or you see it later on in the channel, I don't know if like after the series, however long, if I'm going to make it all public, but Yeah. If you see it, hey. Welcome to Go format. Welcome to Dueling Book. It's a fun place to be. Yep, the opponent's going to attack in. I'm just going to go ahead and admit defeat. I imagine if they're summoning out BLS like that, that means they're going to attack with it. So I think rather than these Royal Decrees, I probably just want the Giant Trunades back in. The opponent's showing like Mobius and stuff. Maybe I do want Brain Control. But Mind Control also really good against like Cyberjar. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave the Mind Control in. And I think I'm just going to run it back like this. I guess maybe I want my Jar of Greed back in. But I think the Big Bang Shot could be good here. Yeah, I'm just going to run it back like this. All right, let's see if we can get this game here. Pretty good start. Really would love a Giant Trunade or a Heavy Storm here, obviously, but once again, we're going to set the Jar of Greed, play out the swords, and we will pass the turn. And we'll see what the opponent has for us. Let's flip up the Jar of Greed here. Get a draw. Give the opponent the thank you. We lose our swords. Hopefully we don't go below 5,000 here, but I'd say we probably won't. Hopefully the opponent just like sets a Cyberjar and passes. Get Mind Control. Maybe get into Duo. Alright. I see. I mean, this hand's pretty good against Duo, to be fair. Roll a 6. Are we going to reroll or are we going to pick one? We are going to reroll. Another 6. Are we going to reroll or are we going to pick one? We are going to reroll. A 1. Facilier? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to ditch the Mind Control. We got bigger fish to fry. We'll be okay here. Maybe with like Reasoning and Monster Gate. Maybe we Reasoning, I don't know, into a Jinzo. We summon out Cyber Sign. Oh, Prima. Oh, yeah. No! Duh, shoot. Boo. That's okay. We have a guaranteed Facilier in the graveyard, so that's pretty good. That's 2,800. But we're going to lead on Reasoning here. Hopefully get into a Jinzo. Lock down a trap. And we'll see. Maybe we get into a DMOC. That'd be great as well. Maybe the opponent calls it correctly and we can just Prima into whatever. We'll see. 6. All right. It's probably... Yeah. All right. Our opponents have called our Reasonings correctly a lot. Damn. I guess I probably do just Prima that, right? We just lose to a Snatch Steal if I do that. But if the opponent was choosing 6, they probably don't have Snatch Steal. It's probably just like a protective trap. I'll throw out the Prima. If I die, I die. Target Jinzo. Alright. Jinzo coming on down. And let's see if we can get in there for 2,400. I'm definitely not going to Monster Gate this. Scapegoat. They called 6 and it's a Scapegoat? Oh boy. Uh-oh. Alright, I'll pass the turn. And... like, I could Monster Gate. I mean, Blowback and Needleburrow are such bad hits here. And even Gatling Dragon's not guaranteed to clear all those. I'm just going to pass. Leave up the Jinzo. And it's kind of unfortunate that the Reasoning got called correctly, but yeah, it's part of the game you play with this deck sometimes. Yeah, there's the meta. Interesting. Why'd they call 6? Had they called like a different number, I may have just like waited on the premature burial. But it felt like since they called 6, they really didn't want me to hit Jinzo, so their answer to Jinzo was a trap and they didn't have any follow-up like this, but... Huh. Alright. I suppose that's how it be sometimes. Hopefully we can draw into... Well, Cyberstein doesn't do anything anymore. Uh-oh. We are not in a good spot here. True Nade gives me back my Jinzo. Yeah. What do I need here? True Nade gives me back my Jinzo. And leaves the opponent without an offense, so that can buy some time. Hopefully the opponent doesn't draw into a Book of Moon or something like that anytime soon, a Tsukuyomi. Alright, now we play the waiting game. Unfortunately, we're out of Stein range. Yeah, I didn't know the opponent was playing Scapegoat. I guess maybe I could have inferred from the hand of Nethys. You can't flip that. Guess I could have inferred from the hand of Nethys being in the deck that Scapegoat was going to be a part of it, but... That's okay. I'm thinking maybe I should have brought in Token Thanksgiving. But this is alright. This is alright. I guess the opponent has like multiple tribute monsters in the deck as well. Maybe they just tribute off the Thousand Eyes. Okay. Just to pass the turn though. Upstart. Alright, yeah, we'll give the opponent 1,000 to draw another card. Scapegoat of my own. Okay. Alright. That helps with Monster Gate. So that's not too bad. And I'll go ahead and set it. So now if the opponent does draw into like a Mobius or something, we're not just taking 2,400 damage. We have a way into Monster Gate. It really, really sucks that we have 2 Cybersteins in the deck that we can't use though. But I suppose that's how it be sometimes. Another Monster Gate. All right. We can Monster Gate twice, and then they just suck something up, and it doesn't do anything. All right. We just keep playing the waiting game here. I did not expect this match to take this long, but this this match is taking just about as long as the other matches combined. At least as I look down at my little timer over here on Streamlabs. Okay, we are attributing 1,000 Eyes for Zaborg. Okay, gotta blow up a monster. Yep, there goes a go token. Alright. Opponent attacks, so flip up ye ol' Scapegoat. And Dueling Book's gonna lag on me, but that's okay. Throw some goats out here. Okay. We lose one of our tokens. That's fine. And Snatch Steal. Okay. So. Man, I just know I'm going to hit a stupid Cyberstein. I guess I could tribute it off for Jinzo, though. So it's not the end of the world. Needle Burrower is not doing a whole lot here. The Apprentice Magician is a problem. But maybe we hit Demog, get Mind Control, and take it? Okay. Yeah, I think I need to do something here. We'll throw down the Monster Gate. And hopefully the Cybersteins are our last 2 monsters in the deck. That'd be great. No, there it is. Okay, so Cyberstein, come on down. And yeah, Like, I can snatch the Zaborg and Monster Gate it, but I kind of want to keep the Zaborg over there so I can snatch it and use it for damage. Alright, let's Monster Gate off this token. Opponent is telling me to wait. Okay. Have a question. Okay. What you got? Is the Monster Gate target? It doesn't target. Tributes as a cost. So that's probably a Ring of Destruction or a Book of Moon back there. If I had to guess. All right, proceed. Thank you. All right, Demock. Please. I'm milling a lot of cards here. No, big bank shot. Cyberstein? No. All right. Yeah, that was about the worst possible. I could still snatch steal Zaborg and tribute it for Jinzo, or I mean, I'm in a bad spot no matter what here, right? Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I know I wanted to use the Zaborg for damage, but like they've got this Apprentice Magician, so I'm just gonna take the Zaborg, tribute it for Jinzo, and then just attack over this token here. I put this one Cyberstein in attack for the purposes of attacking over the token if our Monster Gates happen to go a certain way. But I don't think I'm going to attack the Apprentice Magician and just let my opponent go get a Magician of Faith that they can flip this turn. That doesn't seem ideal, and we just lose to Metamorphosis. Lava Golem. What? Okay. Where's my other Monster Gate? Do I have another Monster Gate? I do. Actually. Alright. Come on, deck. Limiter removal? Alright. I'll take 1,000. Now, I don't know. Oh no, if that's a ring, we just lose. I'll attack with Cyberstein. It has 800 defense? What? I thought it had like 200 defense. Oh my god. Alright, well, I'm not gonna attack it with the Lava Golem then, I guess. That's my bad. I could have... What? In my head, I'm thinking, I'm going to look really stupid if I attack this with the Cyberstein. And it has higher than 700 defense, but I could have sworn it either had 200 or 600 defense. That's alright. That's alright. Opponent draws a Graceful Charity here. Yeah, discard Sangan. And Breaker, sure. It's not a 0% chance to win this game. I can draw into Demock. Tribute off both of my monsters. Okay. Yeah, you got a face down monster. You got a back row. You got another back row. Uh-oh. Standby blowback? Okay. Blowback? Oh, and they have the ring. No! Alright. Alright. Well, Lava Golem got me. And I think that's gonna be it. I guess that attack didn't actually matter then, so that because that was the ring there, that's totally fine. And we're gonna drop down to 159, but let me back out to the profile viewer here. Let's take a look. The record has at least increased to 3-3, so we went 2-1. I had a lot of fun. We killed a bunch of people quickly, and then the last opponent got us with I'm not sure what that deck was, but Opponent a fan of the channel. Love to see it. Yeah, we're 159 elo. We're 3-3. Hopefully we can continue on the path of winning early and often. And that's going to be it. See you guys for the next one.